Oh, hello. I know I was on earlier. I didn't advertise. It just jumped on. I'll fix my little camera here. I guess that's better. Anyway, yeah. I just jumped on because I had watched Clutch Them Pearls' live. I watched Justin's live a little bit after I got off, and he was talking about Daniel Martell and Jack and Lilly Sullivan. And I thought to myself, okay, everybody's talking about his arrest for the assault. Based on the information we know, they did not release a name, but you can kind of guess who the assault was on. Here's the question I have. Are they pursuing the charges against him by her because they want to cause him to talk about something else? Is this their way of digging deeper? Maybe, hey, we're going to press charges on you for this, but hey, what if they do a deal with him and says, and flip, like, if you tell us where these children are, we're going to drop these charges? Because I think that could be happening, but I am not sure. I go and look at the RCMP's website. I don't go off of what I see on YouTube. I go directly to the source, which is the RCMP. I do not want to see misinformation. I don't want to give misinformation about this case. It's really just too important. It's 1 o'clock in the morning here, and I just wanted to jump on and talk about this for a minute. My eyes kind of dry, but it's just very concerning. The case is very concerning. I am very concerned about these children. I don't understand. I just don't understand. Children don't just disappear like that. What in the hell? Where are these babies? How did they just get out of the house and nobody noticed a damn thing? No. Somebody is not being honest. And that somebody is one of 3 people that live on that property on Gerlach Road. So what I want to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look at Justin's live just because I didn't get to see the whole thing. I kind of came in at the end. So I'm going to look at Justin's live for a few minutes and we'll talk about it and see what information that he has. And we're going to look at it from the beginning cold because I've not seen the beginning of his live tonight. Now, as always, I always appreciate the work that he puts out on Clutch Them Pearls. A lot of people talk about this case, but I think that he himself and maybe Daphne's case files, they talk about it more than anybody else. Again, I didn't advertise this. I just jumped on because I wanted to watch the rest of that and talk about this for a second because I just feel like these charges against Daniel are really a way to push something else out, So that's why it's titled, Oh Danny Boy, Where Are These Children? So let's kind of look at some things about Daniel Martell that other people are saying. Hold on a second, let me pull this up. Again, I didn't advertise, I just jumped on. Here we go. Let's see. Oops, no. Silly. Alright, that's from 2 days ago. Who's this? Unsolved Archive. Now I don't talk to them. Breaking Daniel News arrested. Let's hang on a second, y'all. Daniel arrested. Breaking. This is from True Crime Vault. Nope. Now here's the RCMP documents. Now if I don't like that one, it's got to be somebody that I trust. A lot of these people I don't trust. You've got a lot of these that are completely... Hear about this. We'll watch this. True child cases. Let's watch this for a minute, okay? Okay. Now, I need to give full credit to... who is this? True crime cases. And here we go. Nope, wait a minute. Silly. Alright, I gotta share my screen. Let me share my screen real quick and we'll get them all up here. It's kind of a, this is gonna be from True Child Cases. Here we go.
No, Malaya didn't do anything. I know my mother didn't do anything. Those are 3 people on the property. I mean, after the polygraph exams, they should have known right there. We didn't kill any of the kids, or we didn't kill the kids. Lilly and Jack
What did you say you did?
Awesome kids, very, very kind. They'll talk to anyone. They want to go with anyone. There's just looking to have as much fun as they can. Jack just absolutely loves bugs, dinosaurs, and anything like that. But Lily loves girly things, but she also loves doing everything with Jack, bugs. They're like best friends, not just brother and sister. No idea. I had no idea. I'm still searching every day. I'm waiting for information. I have to let them do a lot of their stuff with the aircrafts and everything else, and dogs and searchers. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be coordinated, and I can't just go running through the woods. I want to, but I just can't right now because the searches are so far out.
A lot of them I've missed.
I'm still holding out hope. I don't know why they didn't find anything from Jack's pull-up to her backpack or any of her belongings at all. They just haven't found anything. I'm absolutely exhausted at this point after going through 6 days of virtual hell. It's absolutely crazy. Everyone, it cleared up for everyone, not just the people online making crazy accusations.
A little typo right there.
Everything else. Every day when I wake up, it feels like I'm reliving a nightmare of May 2nd. But the main feelings from sadness have just turned to anger because there's no evidence as of after 1 month. And it's really taken a toll. I know that they're working hard and they're using every resource they have, and it makes me hopeful because that's all we have at this point is just hope. It's been a long 6 weeks. I know that everybody basically in the world at this point is...
There you go. This is better.
Always wanted to know what happened. Malay and the baby were asleep. Lily came in.
See, he's told so many
multiple
different stories.
times.
We don't
I was
know.
not in deep sleep by any means. And then about 20 minutes passed, and then when I woke up, Malaya was right beside me. She was still asleep. And I said, I don't hear Lily and Jack. I ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods, which only took me like 30 seconds. I came right back down. She was on the phone with the RCMP. I know the truth.
What are cabins in the woods? How can children build cabins in the woods? They can't. What is he saying? That makes no sense at all right there. That's kind of a big red flag. It's kind of a question mark. We'll keep going.
I didn't kill Lily and Jack.
It's been 6 weeks now since you've seen Lily and Jack. I just want to ask, how are you holding up?
It's been a long 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I know that everybody basically in the world at this point is always wanted to know what happened. It's been from sadness to anger at this point. And I know the RCMP and major crimes are working around the clock trying to piece everything together, and I'm grateful for that. But it always leaves the question, 6 weeks has gone by, and we know at this point they're not in the woods, and where are they?
Did you feel in the beginning that they suspected you?
Of course. The stepfather was always a prime suspect right off the beginning.
You felt that from the beginning?
Yeah.
But you don't feel that now? No,
I don't feel that at all. I asked for the lie detector exam, the polygraph exam. I gave them my phone. I told them I, do drug tests because there's a lot of rumors online about a drug party. I know the person that said those rumors, and it was just to take the heat off themselves.
Was there any kind of party?
No.
Was there any kind of gathering that
No.
someone might have thought was a party?
No.
There were no people at the house?
No. Not the night before.
Okay, you mentioned you offered to take a polygraph test.
Yeah.
Did the RCMP take you up on that?
Yes, it did.
And how did that unfold?
That unfolded in my favor. They obviously know I wasn't lying about anything.
So they said, yep, great, thank you, come in for a polygraph test.
Yeah, it took a little while to set up. And
when did you do that test?
I don't know the exact date, but that would be at least 3 weeks ago, probably.
So roughly 3 weeks after the disappearance.
Yeah.
And I think most Canadians wouldn't have any idea what's involved with that. Can you describe the process? You go in and just tell us right from the start.
We go in, sit down in a big comfy chair, and they have multiple sensory pads. You have them underneath your forearms, you have them underneath your butt, and you have them underneath your feet with your shoes off. You have a sweat gland on one finger. You have a measuring instrument for blood flow that goes into your hand. And you have cuff on your arm for blood pressure, measure pulse.
Were you nervous?
Yeah, I was really nervous.
Not this one, but there's this other one that I found over here. Yeah. Let me share this other screen that I found. It's a different podcast. I don't think we've seen this, but let me pull it back up. Hang on. right here. Share. Let me get it going right there. And this is...
You can listen to the Canadian Gothic early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Include it with Prime.
Newly unsealed court documents in Lilly and Jack Sullivan's missing persons case are raising questions about the relationship between the children's mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, and stepfather Daniel Martell.
Brooks Murray said Martell would try to block her, hold her down. She said he would also take her phone from her when she tried to call her mom, which would sometimes be physical and hurt.
Those allegations are false. As I said, it was just to paint me in a bad light. That's basically why there's all of those allegations of abuse came out. I never physically abused Malaya.
You were listening to Canadian Gothic.
It's now been over 8 months since 4-year-old Jack and his 6-year-old sister, Lilly Sullivan, were reported missing from their home in rural Nova Scotia. Since then, the case has twisted and turned in nearly every direction, yet to this point, none have led back to the missing siblings. But it seems with each update, we're inching closer. Tonight, in this episode, Madeleine Klein and I will continue to break down those updates, and we have some fascinating ones to discuss. Most notably, we'll get into the further release of investigation documents related to this case and the bombshell statements by Jack and Lily's mom Malaya that allege the children's stepfather Daniel was physically abusive. So grab a drink and let's get into it. Tonight, in the 15th episode of this Canadian Gothic series, we're again going to ask the big question: where are Jack and Lily Sullivan? Ms. Madeleine Klein, we're back for round 15 of discussing the Jack and Lily Sullivan case. It's been a while since we've done one, and I guess that's a statement to the state of this case. Things have been moving slow, but that's not to say things aren't happening. We got a lot to discuss. But before we get into tonight's updates and voicemails and everything else, let me ask, how are you? Is Saskatchewan still a place?
Unfortunately, yes.
Frozen wasteland?
It is. It really is. It's like, not like that movie Frozen, because that's kind of magical. It's, yeah, what you would, what you picture as the North Pole is Saskatchewan, just without the candy canes and Santa.
Yeah, that's right. Because that is what the North Pole is like, yeah. But you're still here, you're swinging. The minus 40-ish temperatures haven't taken you out yet.
Not yet, but It's coming.
Yeah, it's going to be a long winter. But we got a lot to get into here. I think it's been about a month since episode 14 in this series. We're here for our 15th episode, covering all the updates that occur within the Jack and Lily case. And a lot's happened, as I said. We're going to be hearing from the Nova Scotia RCMP's superintendent, Dan Martell. We're going to hear from the leader of the Nova Scotia RCMP's criminal case division. We're going to hear about some further redactions in the court documents that we've been discussing regularly, and we have a whole bunch of voicemails from listeners wanting to share their thoughts on this case. But I figure let's start at the top of the RCMP brass. RCMP Superintendent Dan Martell provided a year-end interview with Global News where he discussed the RCMP's work during 2025. During the interview, he commented in depth on the Jack and Lily Sullivan case. So let's start at the top and hear what the leader of the Nova Scotia RCMP has to say about this case.
My name is Dan Morrow. I'm the Criminal Operations Officer here in the province of Nova Scotia.
Across Morrow's 33 years of experience as a police officer with the RCMP, he says one case has stood out to him: the disappearance of Lily and Jack Sullivan, Nova Scotia siblings who went missing from their home in Pictou County back in May.
From the outside looking in, this case seems really rare to the public. Is it a rare one for officers as well?
It's extremely rare. I've never seen it across my career. But while it's rare, what's the part that isn't rare is the complexity of the case, like why it's taking so long, because these investigations have to be done in a methodical approach. It started to generate a lot of national media attention and even international.
Did the RCMP find that difficult to manage?
Basically, anybody that was involved with that investigation felt that elevated level of concern.
The case captured worldwide attention, putting the small community of Lansdowne Station on the map and officers under the microscope.
Why do you think so many people from even other countries were so captivated by the details of their disappearance?
Anyone who has children, obviously, from a parental aspect, it deepens that level of concern internally. what happens if it was my child, for instance? Just that initial reaction from a parental perspective would escalate that concern, obviously.
Can you go over how many tips you've received thus far in the Jack and Lilly investigation, as well as how many formal interviews have been conducted by RCMP?
There's been 1,030 tips received, and approximately 86 formal interviews have been completed within the investigation as well. That's sitting down, interviewing a person, not something that's a casual conversation while we bump into somebody along the street. It's a sit-down, structured interview, obtaining what the person knows firsthand. There's also been...
All right. You know, we always have to stop for fair use, so stop for fair use. But yes, I have not heard this podcast before. I just kind of stumbled across it. And I thought, well, why not give it a listen and see what they have to say? I mean, I know all of these they're all kind of basically going to be the same about what happened, where they're at in the investigation and all that. Now, I'm not going to come on here and give a bunch of misinformation and say, oh, well, okay, listen, we're one step closer. I'm not going to say any of that because I don't know that. I don't know where they're at in this investigation. I don't even know if Malaya Brooks Murray is the victim in the case against him. We believe that it is, but we have no way of knowing because they've not released any of these documents. So this is something we do not know. But we'll keep listening, so hang on, guys.
Roughly over 8,100 functioning videos that have been actually reviewed by the team that's supervising the investigation. So there's been a lot of work conducted behind the scenes. It's been documented that 7 people have completed polygraph examinations. All 7 were found to be not lying.
The case is still considered a missing persons investigation despite the involvement of major crimes.
Would you say that this was the biggest case that Nova Scotia RCMP had to cover this year?
Yeah, it's certainly one of the most prominent ones within the province in the past year. Touched a lot of people.
Now, I wanted to open the show with that clip, mainly because it provides a good recap of everything the RCMP has done up until this point. And again, we're recording this now after the 8-month anniversary. This has been going on for quite some time. But that interview took place just around the New Year. I think just after Christmas is when that occurred. And a lot has happened since then. But let's talk a little bit about the different things he had to say. For an RCMP superintendent with 33 years experience to describe this as a standout case in his career, I think that's interesting.
Oh, yeah. And as you've pointed out many times over these past 15 episodes, is 2 of them went missing. Mm-hmm. Like, we're in 2026 now.
Strange.
Yeah.
The 1-year anniversary is right around the corner.
It's just around the corner. In fact, when I was putting this episode together, I was deciding, should we focus on it being 8 months or the 9-month anniversary of their disappearance? Because we're about a week and a half, 2 weeks after the 8-month anniversary, but a week and a half, 2 weeks prior to the 9th. So we're right there. But yeah, like the 1-year anniversary is almost knocking on the door. But a lot has happened. This is, as he said in that interview, it's gained, of course, local, national, but also international attention. Over 1,000 tips, all of which have been actioned and investigated. 86 formal interviews have been conducted in this case. And again, he made that clear that when they say a formal interview, 86 were done, he's describing like sit down, targeted interviews, to not kind of pulling up your car in front of someone's house. This is like 86 serious interviews done by RCMP.
Are there people out there?
When they say a serious interview, that means they went to the station, they sat down, it was recorded. The detectives asked the questions. So that's a lot of interviews in this case. Hang on a second, we'll go back to it.
When someone says police interview, they just like picture a chat over coffee?
I always, when I see numbers coming from police, I think it's always inflated to make them look good. So if they said, we did 100 interviews, in my mind, I'm thinking like a lot of those were probably just these quick question and answer things. I think he made a point to make it clear that that there were many more people they've talked to, but 86 like formal interviews where they prepared and then went in and did the interview. So I think that's a testament to it. Over 8,000 videos, and as we already knew, 7 polygraphs. So all this to say, The RCMP has many people on this case, and they've been working it, I think, nonstop, yet here we are 8.5 months in. It doesn't seem from the outside that we're any closer to any kind of resolution in this case.
Well, and I think that's another reason that it's why it's a standout case, is because, like, it's just statistically unheard of. Like, these kids should have been found by now. And they haven't been.
Yeah, it's quite shocking, but as we'll hear and as we go here, there are some signs that things are happening behind the scenes. As we get moving, we're going to hear from the leader of the RCMP's Major Crimes Unit, and some of the things that he will say make me think that we're maybe getting closer to some kind of movement in this case. But we got a lot to get to before that. The big update that really brought us together tonight to do episode 15 in this series is what is being referred to by a lot of people as the release of new documents, new court documents related to Jack and Lilly Sullivan's disappearance and the initial investigation into it. But that's not really accurate. Now, just to recap some of the stuff we've talked about in the past, when police obtain a search warrant, part of that process is they need to apply for the search warrant and give the courts a bit of a background of what investigation they've done so far that leads them to want, the target or the subject of whatever the warrant is. And they have to also outline kind of why this information they want to obtain, be it like a cell phone or bank records or something, is relevant to their investigation. So in the early days after Jack and Lilly went missing, police put together these applications for search warrants for a variety of things that we've discussed in the past. Things like video camera footage from certain businesses, cell phone records, bank records, a variety of things. They applied for those to the courts. They successfully obtained them. But what happened was several months after that, the courts then released the search warrant applications. And we covered that in depth in prior episodes of this series. But when they were released, they were heavily redacted, meaning big sections of it had basically black marker across it, preventing the public from getting a full picture of the RCMP's investigation. So anyway, we did episodes where we talked about those, but what happened just a little over a week ago, the courts re-released those documents with less redactions, thus revealing new information to the public about the initial investigation into Jack and Lilly Sullivan's disappearance. Is that explanation clear? Do you get what we're talking about?
I'm following. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I feel the need to over-explain it because I think I'm defensive because a lot of people thought that these new documents came out, but it isn't new documents. It's new information on previously released documents.
So what would have happened?
So initially, he's saying it's the same old documents. They just took away some of the redactions and re-released them. Now, I don't understand why they would do that. Why would they do that? I mean, I don't know what it changed by them changing and taking some of the redactions off. I don't really know what it changed and why they would do that. Those documents don't really tell us much of anything about what happened to these children. Other than that 7 people took the polygraph, and that 7 people were shown not to be lying. So, if they're not lying, where are these children? Did they walk out that door? Did they walk out that door? Are they the same children that may have been seen walking down the road and then picked up by somebody in a gold-colored car, a lady? Remember that? Remember in the very beginning there was this discussion about that? Because I'm starting to think if they were not in the woods, and none of these people are lying, then they were picked up by somebody. So they could have very well been picked up by a stranger, especially knowing what Malaya said about that they would, what they're saying, they would go to anybody, which is very, very frightening that your child would go to anybody. It really is. We'll go back to listening to Canadian Gothic. This is new to me. I hope it's new to you. I've not heard this podcast before, but I'm just trying to give actual facts, not misinformation. So here we go. Let's listen for a little bit, and then we're going to go over to Clutch Them Pearls.
Happened that would make them allow them to redactions.
Redactions. Well, what would have happened is this comes mainly from CBC and several other media outlets are appealing to the courts to give them more information.
Oh, okay.
And this was kind of the latest win for CBC and the other media companies that are working with CBC. And that's a part of the reason why this news becomes so big, because CBC fought hard for this information. They get it, and then they report on it, of course, because it's, the fruits of their labor. But I kind of think, and I don't want to spoil the whole thing, but I think a lot of what came out isn't that interesting, but there is a lot to talk about. So I figured before we get too deep into the episode, let me just kind of run down.
I also find that it's not very interesting, and I don't know that it changed anything that they put out of redactions. But we'll keep listening. Hang on.
What new information is revealed through these recent court document releases, or redactions, as you put it? The first thing that the public now knows about the police investigation into the disappearance of Jack and Lilly Sullivan is that in the early days, in the first interviews with Daniel's mother, Janie, who lives in the trailer kind of in behind Daniel and Malaya's trailer, in the original interviews that she conducted with them, she blamed Malaya's family or speculated that Malaya's family was involved. I'll read you directly from the documents. So initially this was black markered over, and it's the RCMP officer who conducted the interview paraphrasing the content of her interview. He says, she said she is of the opinion that Malaya's side of the family had something to do with it, mainly because they didn't take part in the search and they were not letting them see the baby. So they felt the need to redact that, which I'm kind of surprised by, because I don't think it's like a big secret that the families have had disagreements, but I find it interesting that they felt the need to redact that.
Maybe they just didn't want to fuel any public fires that were already burning. And they were like, just leave that out for now.
But that could be, but I think the things they should keep redacted are things that are sensitive to the investigation or are incredibly personal, like medical information or something like that. Address. But I think this, something like this, I don't know why that wouldn't have been in there, but let's continue. So the documents, as they were originally released, had small redactions when discussing the different places Malaya and Daniel were at with the children in the days leading up to the disappearance. And I assumed it was just redacting maybe place names, like, what address or something like that they were visiting. But they've removed these small redactions every time the word blood work was listed. And it turns out that Malaya was getting blood work in the lead up to the disappearance. I find that interesting that they redacted it. Maybe it's because it is medical in nature, but also it made me think, why was she getting a lot of blood work? Well, could that mean anything? How often does a woman get blood work, or a man? Because I don't think I've had blood work in years.
Who knows? There's a plethora of reasons someone might need blood work. Could have been a yearly physical, or maybe there's something else going on. And but yeah, no, I don't often get blood work either. I think the last time I got blood work was when I was pregnant.
Interesting. Well, there seems to be evidence that there was something medical going on with Malaya, as another piece of information that was revealed with this new release is it concerns this it concerns Malaya leaving Daniel and leaving Lansdowne Station with their baby Meadow after an incident at the police command post. And we've talked about this before, is Malaya went to where the police were and the searchers were holding kind of a command center for the search. She got into it with Daniel in some way there, got in the car with her mom and Meadow and left. There's just another line of text that was revealed related to that.
You know what I think? And I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to be anything other than just a person who cares about these missing children and wishes this would have never happened. But I really think that Malaya has had, this is just my guess, I don't really know for sure, but Malaya has had some very traumatic past history. And I think maybe she has some depression maybe going on. I mean, her children are missing. For God's sake, anybody would have depression. Maybe she was getting blood work because she was going to get, some kind of, maybe something else was going on, and maybe she needed to get get maybe some kind of medication to help her mentally. I mean, she might have been struggling. We don't know. And of course, we're not going to know, and it's really none of our business as to why she got blood work. Anyway, let's keep going.
Malaya said she went to the police command post to see what was happening firsthand. And then the next part was redacted. She started feeling sick. Something is redacted after that still. And she needed medical attention. And that's when she leaves. So what has been revealed is that, like, up until now, we thought they'd just got in a fight and she left. But they redacted a section where it seems like she got sick and needed medical attention, although there's still some parts of it that are redacted. So we don't know what's going on. But it seems pretty clear to me that there must be some health thing happening with Malaya.
Right. And, like, this doesn't help my pregnancy suspicions. But, you know, people get sick for lots of other reasons and get blood work because of...
She could have been having a panic attack. I mean, she's at the station. They're looking for her children. She doesn't have the answers. I could see her having a panic attack, 100%. She's got Daniel and her over here. She's got all these family members over here. Everybody's in a tizzy. Everybody is upset. Everybody is, you know, doesn't seem to know who's doing what. I mean, I can understand a panic attack, really, and it is none of our business. But I'm just saying, in her situation, I could understand if that's what happens. So we'll go back and keep listening.
Because of that. But also, she hasn't been seen since this all happened.
No,
who knows what happened, but like, oh.
It is unusual. And I just thought, for me, it's everything with these redactions being removed or lifted or however we want to put it. I'm always thinking, like, why did they redact it and why now is it being revealed? I can see any kind of medical information. I can understand why that's concealed. I think it's unusual that they're now releasing it. If they didn't want the public to know about her medical stuff and blood work, you know, what has changed, and I just can't help but like run that through my mind. But the interesting stuff that is revealed in this fresh release of documents is what we're going to get into. Anyone who has read the news in the last week or so about this case will see headlines such as Jack and Lily's mother accuses stepfather Daniel Martell of being abusive. All that comes from this next section here. In the initial documents, there's sections where they were interviewing Malaya and Daniel separately about the nature of their relationship and life at home. There were previously several redactions in the section of the documents that outlined Malaya's description of their living situation. But there's less redactions now. Let me read you the paragraph that generated so many headlines about Daniel Martell being abusive last week. I'm reading from the new information. When asked if Daniel was physically abusive, Malaya said he would try to block her, hold her down, and once he pushed her. She said he would also take her phone from her when she was trying to call her mom, which would sometimes be physical and hurt. So that is, again, the words of an RCMP officer paraphrasing the interview he did with Malaya. But they felt the need up until now to redact this information. What do you read into that?
Whether the taking of the phone is physical and hurts or not, that's also abuse. Oh, I totally believe Malaya. And that we'll get there. Like, we're going to discuss how Daniel adamantly denies all of these claims. But I'll bet you he doesn't view that as abuse. Just as Malaya's like kind of on the fence, like, well, you know, he didn't beat the shit out of me, but he did this, this, and this. Like,
yeah. Taking a phone physically from someone who's trying to call their mom, that's a very bad look.
That's abusive, cut and dry.
Yeah, but what I wish, especially since this was in the news and is now a part of the story, I just wish there was more detail there. Like, was this something that happened or was this a regular thing? Because it does say he would also take her phone when she tried to call her mom, which makes it seem like it was an ongoing thing and not this one fight that got crazy or something.
Yeah, no, I totally...
See, I believe it was an ongoing thing too as well. Because I'm pretty sure because there have been other discussions about his abusiveness towards her. There is speculation that he was abusive toward those children. there's speculation that those children were abused. I mean, I did a video a long time ago, back when this first came out, and we found all these pictures about, but every one of those pictures, those children had some kind of injury to them. They either had black eyes, grapes, they just looked like they were not taken care of. And so as this cases went on and I've looked at this, I've thought to myself, I can see those children going out that door, and this is going to sound horrible. I know it is, but just listen for a second. I can see those children going out that door, walking down the road, and maybe asking somebody, hey, can you make me breakfast or something? Because children are so very innocent, and when they're hungry, they're hungry. But you've got Daniel and Malaya laying up there in the bed until 10 o'clock in the morning, okay, when they should be up making sure those children have breakfast. I don't understand their lifestyle. It makes sense to me. It's none of my business, and you're free to do whatever you want to do within your household. But I can tell you, raising children myself and having children that were, within 2 years apart from each other, I can tell you that that's the first thing they do. They get up, they're hungry. And then they want to go watch TV or whatever it is. And they were supposed to be in school. There's another little thing about these kids that's kind of alarming. They missed 41 days of school. 41. That is 2 months of school. Why were they missing so much school? What was going on in that household? We'll keep listening. Here we go.
Believe Malaya 100%. And I'll bet you it was worse than she describes it. Like, I think it was just so normal to her that it was life, right?
Yeah. Well, a lot of the new information that's released makes things look pretty bad in the home, if not worse. I shouldn't say pretty bad. Makes things look worse in the home than what we had thought previously.
I think so too.
The next redaction that's been lifted, I'll read a bit about. It concerns Daniel's comments on their relationship and life at home, because he too was asked about abuse and fighting and physical stuff. Here's his response. Regarding their family living situation, there was a sentence that was redacted. It says, Daniel said they were recently fighting about money, and then something after that was redacted. So that shows that money was an issue and there was fights about it. We knew money was an issue, but I think this is the first time we see that it was an issue to the point that Malaya and Daniel were fighting about it.
Oh no. We've known this.
I think it's multiple.
But did we hear it from them, or was it something where we just heard that there was trouble in money, like there were money problems? Because we've heard from other people saying, like, Daniel was coming here for food and we needed to drive them places because of their car. But this, I think, is the first time we heard from Daniel or Malaya that, no, we were fighting about money.
Remember, Janie said, call her Junkyard Janie, but anyway, Janie said she could hear everything that was going on in that trailer. So if she could hear everything that was going on in that trailer, she knew exactly what they were fighting about, and she knew when they were fighting. So I also questioned Janie about the swing set. Well, this is where they play, blah, blah, blah. Remember the stack of woods underneath there? Remember the yellow rope that they had duct tape on? No, children were not swinging on that. What was that all about? What was some kind of, let's make it look better than it did? There was no way to make that place look better than it did. So Lieutenant Pearl showed something very interesting tonight, because he showed, on his show, he showed pictures of the inside of their house and pictures of the kids and things like that. And I thought it was, and that's what I want to come back to and show that as well. But first we need to get through this Canadian Gothic. Hang on.
Okay, yeah, I think you make a good point there.
Let me continue to read on, though, because it gets weirder here. This is the RCMP officer paraphrasing his interview with Daniel about his relationship with Malaya. Everything I'm about to read after this sentence that I'm making now was previously redacted. They had been together for about 3 years, and it moved pretty quickly. He moved into Malaya's grandmother's house with her after about 2 weeks. They met on a Facebook dating site.
Did you hear that?
He said their relationship is good. They have ups and downs like...
Did you hear that? He moved into Malaya's grandparents after they'd known each other 2 weeks. That is ridiculous. How in the world are you moving some man into your grandmother's house after only knowing him for 2 weeks? How are you doing that to your children? What is wrong with you? Okay, that right there showed that something was very, very wrong. Why would she do that? Let's keep listening.
Like any couple. He said they would yell at each other when they were fighting, but there was no physical violence in their relationship. So I guess that just sheds a bit more light on the dysfunction, but I think what's relevant there is, yes, they were fighting. It was about money. Daniel says it wasn't physical. Malaya says he would hold me down. He would grab my phone, and it was physical and hurt. So like you had said previously, maybe it's just Daniel and Malaya maybe have a different idea about what's physical.
I also find it funny how he specifically says, like, yeah, we'd yell at each other, but it never got physical. Like, isn't that a little specific when we weren't talking about physical?
Yeah, I get.
Oh yeah, you can still hear it. Good. Yeah. Well, well, that's what I was going to say. I think the only reason why if it is available is because she's changed her phone number since, and so it's okay because you still can't contact her by that old phone number. Now that is out of these documents that were previously released and then re-released with the redactions redacted. That is the only thing that changed. Now, if you've been listening to other people about this story, then you pretty much know all of that. So what we're going to switch back to now is Clutch Those Pearls, and his life from tonight that I only got to catch part of, and I wanted to catch the whole thing. So I thought to myself, well, let's do replay together. Let's just do that, okay? We can just talk about it. As y'all know, I'm mod for Clutch Those Pearls, and so I'm pretty sure that Justin's going to be just fine with me sharing his content and giving him full credit. So we go to Clutch Those Pearls. And pulling this up in this evening so we can catch the whole live, because I really only caught it. Oh, I like it. He's look, only got a little bit of it. He cooked himself. Okay, let's go. This is from 3 hours ago, and this is Clutch Those Pearls. So let's move along over here. I'll go right here, and let me share my screen, and we'll get them on up here. So hang on now. So there's an over share here. So we can get on. He cooked himself. It's so cute. Thank you, Justin. Again, full credit to Clutch Them Pearls. Okay. Oh, I forgot to hit put. I forgot to hit play.
Poll.
All right, let me do this here.
The wheel's spinning, but the hamster's dead sometimes. You know what I mean? Hey, Trudel, good to see you. Do you think this is the beginning of the end, so to speak, in the Jack and Lilly Sullivan case? I want to tell you guys why sometimes, is my mic low or is it just me? Why sometimes they will arrest on unrelated charges. May have something to do.
That's what I was questioning
it's
that
unrelated
myself.
To Jack and Lily's, but we'll get to all of that as well. Got some documents want to show y'all as well here.
Whoops.
Cold, but not cold for Canada. Yeah. Here is the provincial courts of Robert Short of the Pictou County District RCMP. And this is Daniel Robert Martell.
And this is the arrest records right
with
here.
The latest documents, and we're going to go over this as well. So, Mr. Super Daniel, do you guys remember, and I think it's very interesting, how recently, the most recent, I think, interview that Daniel did when the snow was coming down on him and stuff, he said Malaya was lying about the abuse that she had been through. You remember that? Do you guys remember that? Put a 1 in chat. You remember that. In fact, I have the document here, or the interview here, that he is basically saying Malaya is a liar and it's all a lie. They're just trying to make him look bad. Whenever the stuff came out about Daniel was reached by phone Thursday. Martell denied the allegation, saying that part of the narrative designed to make him look evil, quote, "I never abused Malaya," end quote. He said, quote, "but the narrative was set that Daniel is an evil person." This is him speaking, by the way. "You can see all the allegations online. It's absolutely insane," is what he says. Wow, he walked right into that one, didn't he? Right into that one.
So funny. Thank you, Justin.
He looks bad. Yeah.
Well, he's going to look bad because
he walked right into that one. Kind of makes me wonder, did they specifically ask Daniel that question? So because they, I don't know, might have gotten a little bone that something was coming. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Quite interesting, though. But here's the documents. It says, of course, Daniel Robert Martell, an adult on or about between September 1st, 2024 and March 30th, 2025. I just thought of something. I just thought of something because I don't know. Okay. When was Easter? Wait a minute. When was Easter 2025? Wait a second. What day was Easter 2025? That was Sunday, April 20th.
It was late this year.
Okay, Sunday, April 20th. It makes me wonder because Daniel,
remember December the 1st?
Malaya was gone quite a bit around the Easter time, right? Right around there. And that makes me think, is that why Malaya was gone a lot around Easter? So on or between rather, September 1st, 2024 and March 30th, 2025, 1407, right, his address and all that. Count 1 did commit a SA on the code of 271 criminal code. And then it's got the contrary of section. Okay. Count 2 did commit an assault on the criminal code. Count 3 did without lawful authority confine said individual. And of course, this was signed by a judge. A judge right there is the signature. Yeah, that just made me think, and because we're kind of going to be getting into that little bit of a date there this evening. And that just made me think, something happened right around there. There was something that happened right around Easter. And you got to remember what Jack allegedly said. No. This is, in my opinion, Malaya, in my opinion. However, I want to make it clear that the courts are not saying who this is, naturally.
The name of the person is redacted. Who the
but
victim is.
You got to remember what Jack said, what he allegedly told even family members, that he did not want to go back because he did not like Daniel. Right.
He didn't like Daniel.
December 2024, didn't CPS make a visit to the trailer? Yes, they sure did. They absolutely made a visit to the trailer.
The thing about this situation is that her children had been removed from her before, and the responsibility was given to her mother, to Malaya's mother. So this is not her first go around with CPS. So I'm not going to sit here and say that everything is Daniel, because we really don't know. But I will say that they were in the care and custody of both of these people. And from what I could see and what I think, is these children look very, way too thin, way too pale, bruises, scrapes, just things all over them, complaints at school about them coming to school not clean, these kind of things. I just think they were completely neglected. So I'm not going to sit here and blame just Daniel. It's both of them. Absolutely both of them. Here we go.
Okay. And then it's got right here. That's Pico County. And it's got informant. Signature. Informant. Whatever. Okay. And then we got accused data. All that. Okay. And then it's got officer agent. Murphy. RCMP. File number. Domestic violence. And then it says intimate partner violence.
Intimate partner.
Right. Or
that would be
familial.
Your partner, spouse partner, I guess.
So very interesting there as well. And this was signed the 29th day of 2026. And his court appearance, of course, is March 2nd. Now, it could be sooner than that, right? Oh my God, your clam shucker don't work? My God.
This is That's
You
why
know, the other day I
I
was saying,
you so funny.
Daniel, look, the other day I was saying that Daniel looked like, well, what's the difference between, what is it, a crackhead and a walrus? 1, 2. I'm so sorry you can't check
God, it's funny. Thank you, Justin.
Yes.
God, he makes me laugh all the time.
And again, it's got SA, salt, and confinement in here as well. So you remember how Daniel thought he was all buddies?
Mm-hmm.
How he was all buddies with.
You know who else thought they were all buddies with Ellie? Think about that. That's right. In Sebastian's case. All buddies, but they all stopped talking to him, didn't they? And they shut their mouths. Here we go.
Well, Carol, we can replace this clam shucker. Knowing Joe, he didn't oil his real well, and he probably burned it up. The audio is okay. Let me fix it. That might be better.
Too funny. That is too funny. Thank you, Justin.
Dancing in nature. I have to find some humor, otherwise it's just too much for me. So I have to kind of mix it a little bit. So here we go. These are some of the conditions. 3, 2. Okay, he's got to be there at 8:30 in the morning. So anyone that plans on being at, Lou just made it. We'll get to see
I
him.
wish I was living there.
Anyone that plans on being there at the
I would go to the courthouse.
The court hearing, you got to be there at 8:30. 9:30, and it's in courtroom 313. Wait a second.
I don't know if they televise things in Connecticut.
Appearance for the purpose of identification of criminal act. Mandatory conditions. It says one's at 8:30 and one's at 9:30. So, his changes in the conditions of his arrest of now is he must identify any changes in any address, employment, or occupation. You must not communicate directly or indirectly with, and it doesn't show the name because it's being hidden, I guess you could say, except in accordance with, within the court confinement, if you will. And you must not go around this person. So you can't contact them, you can't be around them, or anything like that. Right? Yes, Amy Beth. Yes, these are the conditions that.
I would like to know where Meadow is. Last I heard, Meadow was in the custody of CPS, but I do not know if they've gotten Meadow back yet or not. I've not heard. Now, I've missed a lot of lives done by, Justin and some other people lately. I need to go catch up on all of them. So I'm not sure where Meadow is, but I would like to know. Let's keep going.
That Mr. Martell has to follow, or otherwise he goes back to the clink, right? Which
that's not good.
These are the conditions that he has to follow, or he will go back. Which he may. I mean, listen, if you have these three again, each charge can go up to. I would think so too, Gypsy, but I don't see it there. No, which is a little bit weird to me. That's a little bit weird to me, right? Like there was no rug conditions. I figured that would be right. But let's see here. Consequences for non-compliance. If he fails to attend court, to fail to appear as required for the purposes of identification of criminal act, to fail to remain in the, it's hard to read here, jurisdiction specific to Section 5. If you commit an offense under Section 145 of the Criminal Code, the warrant for your arrest may be issued, Section 512 and 512.2, and you may be liable to fines, imprisonment, or both. If it is not a lawful excuse to the offense under subsection 145 of the Criminal Code, that the undertaking does not accurately describe the offenses. I mean, technically, he can't be doing any rugs. Technically, he can't. Because you're supposed to be following the law, right? Period. These are just extra things that he has to follow. It's some, yeah. Well, I mean, he can't be around her. If that's what you mean, Amy Beth. Like,
yeah, but what about Meadow?
as far as
That's
what's the word I'm
concerning.
looking for. Which I think he wasn't allowed around her before anyways, to be quite honest with you. Okay. Let me pull up the chat here so I can see.
Is he not getting to see any of his children? That's something else I wanted to know. And I guess I need to ask Justin about this because I'm not sure if he was, due to the situation, not allowed around any of the children, or just not around Meadow, or just is he allowed to see his other 2 children? I don't know about that, but I would like to know about that. So I'm going to be asking Justin about that later today.
Yeah.
I need to find out.
Here we go. All right, guys, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button if you haven't yet. Okay. Now, I wanted to show you a couple things before we get on to the next thing. I'm going to have to open up my window or something. I'm burning up. Here we go. Just like crack it for a minute or something. I think I'm going to do mental pause. I'm joking when I say that. Please don't take that seriously.
That's funny.
Please. Oh. Okay, question. I got a question for y'all. My glasses are fogging up. Did someone posted this the other day? Did anyone see this? This Jessica Martell, 39 of New Glasgow, was facing the following charges: trafficking, possession for the purposes of trafficking, possession.
Jessica?
Did anyone see that?
Uh-oh.
Hey, Kelly.
I want to know who that is.
You saw that? I mean, listen.
Who's Jessica Martell?
That's, first of all,
Let's go see.
the name sounds familiar. Obviously, the last name we know.
Let's go see.
But
See if we can find it.
of New Glasgow, 39
New Glasgow.
years old, that's got to be related.
I think that person has to be.
His cousin allegedly, Brandy? Have to be, Kelly. Have to be.
Is he Glasgow?
It's on CTV News on January 22nd. Okay, let me look at that. CTV News, January 22nd. And let's go Martell. 1 second. Let me pull this up. Okay, here we go. Let's look at this. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, 2 people are facing, a man and a woman, trafficking charges after New Glasgow police seize Coca-Cola and meth. Well, how about that? Just right up a meth head's alley. Just right up meth head's alley, right? Let's see what it has to say, right?
Jessica Martell.
2 seconds.
It's always something about Jack and Lily. Let me see about somebody named
Okay,
Jessica.
Sorry. Look at all that right there. 2 people are facing charges after police say they seized rugs from a home in New Glasgow, Nova Scotia, early Thursday morning as part of an ongoing investigation. Ooh. New Glasgow Regional Police executed a search warrant at the 400 block of Pleasant Street. Okay, let's do this. Google directions.
Okay.
Okay.
Allow.
Let me see here.
I need to put in Canada because it's trying to show me a document back in America. We know that's not right.
Directions. Let's see what directions. Okay. 14. Garrett Lock.
Wait a minute. Let's see.
Lansdowne.
Okay, let me put this over here and let's see if it's the same person because I found something interesting right here. I think I'm spelling that wrong.
That's not showing me. 1 second. Can someone check to see how far they are away? I can just pull it like this. Let me go to Google Earth.
Okay, Glasgow Police, 2 people based.
Get it like this. Okay.
Picked up
And
Glasgow.
the 400 block of Pleasant Street around 6:30. Police say.
Okay, I found something pretty interesting. Hey, couponing. Let me turn that down. I'm so sorry. I did. See, that's why I never know because I'm not hearing the same thing y'all hear. Hang on, let me turn that down. Sorry about that. All right. Is that better? There. Is that better? Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. Is that better? Okay. Well, let's go see.
They seized, quote, a large quantity of Coca-Cola. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's methamphetamines, cash, weight scales, and bags and cell phones.
Gosh, you make me laugh.
Interesting.
I missed all this. That's why I'm
phones,
watching
plural,
it right
by the
now.
way. I wonder. Let's see here, New Glasgow.
Oh, that might be better. Thank you. All right.
I'm going to show you where this is. Okay, Give me a second, guys.
Let me see if I can pull this up right over here.
Not far at all. Not far at all. Police say they seized bags and cell phones. They arrested 39-year-old Jessica Martell of New Glasgow is facing the following charges: trafficking, possession for the purposes of trafficking, possession of a controlled substance, failure to comply with undertaking. And Tyler Ryan, 33, of Port Hawkesbury, is facing the following charges: possession for the purpose of trafficking, failure to comply.
Now, I'm looking on Facebook about this same story. What I'm trying to do is see if there's anything that brings these two Martell families, if they have anything to do with each other. It says usual suspects. Maybe they've been caught before. Not complaining, just stating facts. Let's see. New Glasgow. And so the second person involved is somebody named Tyler Ryan. And he was already on probation. Let's see. Let me go back one other page. Let's see if I can find how this could relate to. Okay, because it says pick two. Let's look at this one. It's a different story. Open. Nope, go back. Go back. Whoops. Let's see. No, I never go to Facebook. Okay, it says 27. Let me see if there's anything that relates them. What I'm trying to do is figure out if this Jessica Martell has anything to do with Daniel Martell, because it would seem to me like they might. It seems the Popo is more active recently. Seems like they were waiting for something. I don't agree with posting folks' names and their entire history, especially in a small town. It could be a domino effect for their jobs, future employment, current in housing. They could have been good people. Hey, no, you can't be good people if you're selling drugs. What the hell's wrong with you, lady? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. He goes, I see a couple of 20s and a handful of change bag. Okay, here we go. These officers were quick to pat them down. See if there's any other comments that would bring these two together. Thank you so much. Okay, yeah. But then right under it. Okay, so there's that story. But right under it, it says recent post. Pick 2 County News. Daniel Martell. And then it starts talking about Daniel Martell. And the Nova Scotia RCM confirmed that he was arrested and that he's scheduled to appear. Let's see. And there are no other. Okay, there's no other. Well, wait a minute. What is this here? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see. But prior to that, let's see. There's another story over here about somebody else that was missing. Let's see. In that same area, Pick 2 County News, in Glasgow Regional, 18-year-old male from Pictou County, Noah Leon Fivet, it's F-I-E-V-E-T, who was last seen on Tuesday, January the 20th at 7 p.m. There's no information to suggest he's met with foul play. However, he is still missing. So now here's another missing person from that area. And then the next story is Daniel Martell again. So that's kind of weird, isn't it? Okay, and then there's him. Let's see if there's news release from Pictou County. So I found some page that's all Pictou County over here on Facebook. All right, let's keep going back here. Hang on. Here we go.
With probation.
Interesting.
And failure to comply with release order. Police say Martell and Ryan were held in custody and were due to appear in the provincial court on Thursday. Well, goodness gracious. Maybe
it runs. Justin, are they related?
Very interesting, isn't that? I saw that and I was like, oh, goodness.
How about that?
Yeah, if anyone has anything on that, you can send it to me. Hello, Jamie Brown. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you as well. Okay.
There.
Got a question on something, guys. Lilly, these were found during the search, and this was supposedly in someone's yard.
Closed?
Right? They were supposedly in someone's yard.
Really? Oh, it's closed.
Does anyone remember whose yard that was? I could do it right here. Was it one of the neighbors or something like that? I don't know. This little leopard thing, maybe it's just I've seen this picture before. But to me,
so the neighbor's saying it doesn't belong to them?
Wearing this, like a shirt like this?
He's going to show some pictures.
Has there ever been something like that? I don't know. It's like
just when you start showing the pictures.
They could be doing two cases, again, separate cases, but also on the same train track. You know what I mean? But arresting a person, right, whether they're in jail or even they're out of jail at the time, it restricts them. And that's very important because restrictions hamper.
Means he can't run.
Quite a bit.
Hang on a minute.
Not only that, because they are being charged.
When the children went missing from his family home in Lansdowne, Nova Scotia last May.
Even though the alleged victim here is unnamed, there's a high chance that it's actually Malaya Brooks Murray, Lilly and Jack's mother. After all, just days before his arrest, unsealed court documents revealed that she actually accused.
Joanne, thank you so much, my dear. It's not showing on my end, but thank you so much. I appreciate you, and thank you so much for being a member here on the Pearl family. Hopefully, YouTube gets shut together so I can see the messages soon. It's been like this for almost 2 weeks now.
I want to see the pictures here.
Staff Sergeant Rob McCammon said none of the children's family members are suspects.
I wouldn't say anybody's a suspect. Again, we continue to gather information and whatever evidence that we are able to find, and we'll make our decision based on that. But we are in a position to really comment on suspects or anything like that at this time.
The mysterious nature of their disappearance has garnered international media attention. Martell has spoken publicly about what happened that day and the months that have followed. Martell is due in Pictou Provincial Court on March 2nd. Allie Thompson, CBC News.
As you heard the reporter say there, and this is critical, the disappearance of Lilly and Jack Sullivan is not considered a criminal case. It's a missing persons case. However, the case against Daniel Martell for physical abuse is criminal, which according to the Canadian Criminal Code allows for their hard powers, like production orders, which I think is the Canadian version of a subpoena, which means that the police no longer need Daniel's consent to search his phone or his house or anything else as long as it's related to this physical abuse case. And hopefully the upshot of...
What did I just tell you? I just said the same thing just a minute ago. They're going to be able to do this much more broadly now. And that's good for Jack and Lily's case. Very, very good for Jack and Lily's case.
That even if the police can't say it explicitly, is that they'll discover something incriminating about the disappearance of Lilly and Jack Sullivan.
Yep. And good for the RCMP on this. Good for the RCMP on this. Yep.
I don't know if it's going to bring anything different. I don't know.
Yes, Danny Boy sure done. He's cooked, in my opinion. He is cooked. It's a very smart move. More broad. And, I think he's probably has about... 30 some days of, probably freedom because he'll probably be in jail after the 3rd.
In Daniel's phone or in the house or any of the other places that he's not yet given them consent to search. And I actually have good reason to believe that he's not been as cooperative as he wants us all to believe. Based on something else he said in that interview I played a clip of earlier, listen to what he says here and then I'll break it down.
All of those allegations of abuse came out. I never physically abused Malaya.
Martell says he approved of these redactions being lifted, adding not much has changed when it comes to his public reputation.
I've been trying to keep
Mish asked a good question. Justin, you talked to Taylor, right? Will she show up to court to testify with MBM? I don't know about that. I can ask, but I can say 100%, not allegedly, not in my opinion, that she has spoken and done interviews with the RCMP, her, and others about Daniel. The things that he has, the things that they say that he did to her and others. They are very interested, it seems, and I'll just say this in my opinion, about what Daniel has, his behavior.
There was another girlfriend that complained.
Remember, this is someone who seems to be very violent in the SEXUAL way, right? His own children stated he wasn't good with Jack. Not only wasn't good, but he was abusive to Jack and Lilly.
Probably up to date as much as possible. My image hasn't changed at all. It was always Daniel's evil, Daniel's a monster, and
because in my opinion, Daniel is evil and Daniel is a fucking monster. You are a fucking monster. You have to be to lay your hands on these kids that always has bruises. Get a life, Daniel.
That painted narrative, the public.
No, it's not a narrative. Bruises on children isn't a narrative.
No, it sure isn't.
Going to school without coats is not a narrative.
That's right.
Right. The way that they were raised in that slop is not a narrative. That is reality. The things you have said is not a narrative. It is what you have said. The multiple inconsistent statements. It's not a narrative. It's what you said. And it doesn't.
We all talk about this pigsty that they're living in, and it is a pigsty, and it is disgusting, right? And, if drugs are taking your money, you can't afford to do better to get a nicer place to live. But remember, Belinda told us even when she was living with her ex, the father of these children, that they lived in a pigsty because she wouldn't clean up, and there was in the basement just bags and bags of dirty ass diapers. So it's not all Daniel. Let's get that straight. It's both of them. It is both of them. We'll keep going.
Never made sense because it wasn't true.
Automatically, we'll just jump to the belief of guilt.
He says he provided his DNA to run forensics on Lily's blanket, which was found in the woods by family members on May 2nd.
Daniel, how much you want to bet it wasn't just Lily's blanket that they were testing? How about that? Because Daniel, you know that there's more things that they found that they're testing. You know it, Daniel.
They didn't need a warrant to have my DNA, so I was willing to do it. I watched them sign on the consent form. No criminal involvement in the case of...
This is the thing. Daniel, whether you are willing to do it or not, you don't get any bonus points for that. Okay? Because you either do it or they come get it anyways. That's what law enforcement does. So it might make you look better because, oh, well, shit, they're going to get it anyway, so I might as well comply and make myself look a little bit better. But you don't get any bonus points from me. You bruise children, in my opinion.
Jack. So it was nice to see that, that box checked for no criminal involvement. I signed my name on the consent sheet.
The disappearance of the Sullivan siblings is still being treated as a missing persons investigation, despite the involvement of major crimes.
But when they do have a suspect and they dive into investigating that suspect or group of individuals, then it will pivot to a criminal investigation at that point.
Based on what Daniel said here, it sounds like he only cooperates when A, he has no...
I agree, Dan. I agree. Oh, I swear, Dee Dee and I are on the same boat on this one.
At that point.
Based on what Daniel said here, it sounds like he only cooperates when A, he has no other choice, like the blood sample, or B, the police make specific reassurances to him that he's not a criminal suspect and this is not a criminal case. So hopefully now that they no longer need to play nice with him, they're going to discover some incriminating evidence either in his phone or in his property or anything else that he...
The thing is, the police are allowed to lie to you. So they could be lying to him right now. He could absolutely be a suspect and they could still be lying to him. And wouldn't that be funny? Here we go.
He's not allowed them to look into yet. And by the way, him not wanting the disappearance to be treated as a criminal case, especially in light of Malaya's accusations against him, really doesn't make sense if he's innocent. If he's actually innocent and willing to do anything to find Lily and Jack, as he claims, he should be begging the police to treat this as a criminal case.
Yes.
So that they can compel evidence from...
Yes.
I agree.
I don't know about you, but I would want this to be treated as a criminal case. If
See, I don't
you was the
understand how
parent
it's not.
and you thought somebody... Okay, think about this a moment. You know how Daniel cannot stand Malaya's mother, right?
Yeah.
He can't stand... I mean, he's obsessed with Malaya, but...
See, that's a problem.
So can't stand her at the same time. He says, her and I... Meadow and I will visit Malaya in prison. Well, Daniel would put them in prison so quick, he couldn't turn around fast enough.
I think it'll be the other way around.
Right? So why wouldn't he want this to be a criminal case?
I think it's going to be Malaya and Meadow visiting him in prison, but I doubt that she would ever go visit him in prison. Here we go.
You would want this to be a criminal case.
Yes.
If you actually thought Malaya's mom or Malaya did something, you would want it to be a criminal case. Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Hey, Daily, good to see you, darling.
Malaya, if she's willing to lie to the police about Daniel, surely she's willing to lie to Daniel about doing something to the kids. How can he believe any of her story from the day the kids supposedly went missing when he was supposedly drifting in and out of sleep when they disappeared? On that note, I often get comments on my videos about this case of people saying, hey, Dee Dee, why do you only analyze Daniel? Why don't you analyze the mother, Malaya? After all, she picked up sticks.
Oh my God, is that Dee Dee? I started calling him Dee Dee and people's calling him Dee Dee now. Yes, queen.
The day after she reported her kids missing. And to that I say, I did analyze Malaya. She was the first video I did in the series. And based on that one interview she gave, I determined that she was definitely involved. Moreover, and this is also suspicious, she has not made any statements since then. So that's why all my videos in the series are mainly focusing on Daniel or the police tactics. If you want me to continue analyzing this case, let me know by liking, commenting, and sharing. And if
they are shitting bricks right now, Callie. They are all shitting bricks right now. Daniel, Janie, Durwood, Justin, and they should be. And they should be, because I don't think the arrest will stop at...
I just feel like everybody on that property would know, because she said, I could hear everything that was going on in that trailer from her trailer. I mean, they were so close, and you're talking about something with very thin walls. And I can see Daniel over there screaming and yelling at the top of his lungs at these poor children while Malaya sat in the bedroom with Meadow. That's what in my mind, that's what I see happening to these children all the time. Here we go.
Daniel. I don't think the arrests are going to stop at Daniel. I think he's the one that has said the most incriminating things. I think he is the one that is the biggest fish, if you will. But I don't think it's going to stop at Mr. Martell, right? They're awfully quiet these days. Yeah, well, Durwood is awfully quiet these days because he lied out his ass for so long. Lied out his ass for so long. Right. And not only that, following Malaya. Hey, Babs, good to see you, honey. Following Malaya, thinking Malaya actually had the kids somewhere, and that if he followed her long enough, he would find the kids. You got to be some type of dumb.
Like button is available. Make sure to hide. Until next time, stay true.
Can we thank our... Oops. There we go. Thanks. Special thanks to BB. We love the BB. And then Kent his chicken back, so he has a head start. Yeah, as well. Kent tried to play it both sides of the fence for a long time. Tried to act like he was all for Jack and Lily whenever he was actually giving Daniel a hand job under the desk. We saw it.
This just so reminds me of so many other cases. Some of these other cases just reminds me of that, I mean, again, children don't just disappear. If they were on that property, they would have already been found. Just like our other cases, if they were on that property, they would have already been found. We know they weren't. We know that they were not tracked on that property. I'm trying to remember this correctly. I need to ask Justin. I need to ask Justin about this, but I think I remember that they did have the dogs. I think the dogs did trail them down to the end of the driveway. Is that right? And then they were no more. That would tell me that a car picked them up. That is the only explanation that there is. Now, whose car? Who knows? Let me look at something. All right, let's go past this part. Whoops. Oh, wait a minute.
Daniel's evil. Daniel's a monster. And
in my opinion.
Whoops. Okay, there's where we're at. Okay.
So
let's listen to this really quick.
March 30th is on a Sunday.
Yeah.
March 30th is on a Sunday. So just a few weeks before Easter, this is when these charges took place. And after Malaya gets back from Easter, remember those pictures of Jack and Lily with Easter.
Yeah.
Just about a week later, the kids go missing.
Yeah.
That is not a coincidence, y'all.
No, it's not.
Yep, that is why she left. Yes. Yeah, she left. She left, and then she came back. And then the kids went missing. I don't know if Malaya went back. She obviously went and got her car stuff fixed and all. But I think after she got her car fixed, right, like her license and all that, the next day she was out of there. So I'm starting to see Malaya a little bit better than I used to. I think, in my opinion, she absolutely lied and said that she doesn't know what happened to Jack and Lily.
Yeah,
she hasn't. She lied too.
I don't know.
She hasn't been proactive publicly for Jack and Lily, but again, it kind of is a circle. But the reason she hasn't been proactive for Jack and Lily in the public is because she knows what happened, and it would do nothing to serve her.
Amen,
I don't,
Justin.
I don't, baby.
Amen.
Good to see you.
See,
but it would do nothing to serve her.
That makes absolute sense. It's just like the other case. They're not going to speak because it would do nothing to serve them, right? So they're just going to sit over there and be quiet and just hope this just strings along. Just like this other case, I don't believe somebody's going to show up when they're 18. I don't think these kids are just going to all of a sudden show up somewhere. I really do believe that whatever's happened, if they were picked up by somebody, where would they be? I mean, think about that. They could not get them across the border legally. I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, it's wild. I don't understand how a lot of this happens because, people don't get away with something forever. They're going to get caught at some point. Hold on a second. Let me see if I want to go to the pictures that he showed because they were very interesting. Let's see, what is this? Okay, that's just about global news. Okay, hang on. Let's go over here to these pictures he was showing. There we go. I know Justin was having some problems with his camera, and he had to get off early because his battery died. Let's see. That was a picture of her. Let's see.
There was a scuffle that night, in my opinion. There was absolutely a scuffle.
I believe there was a scuffle as well.
That night. Okay.
They were not just in the bed.
Let me. Hold on. Whose birthday is it?
Those pictures.
Whose birthday is it?
Let's find the
pictures. Is it Marlene?
Hang on, guys. Let me just get the pictures where he was showing these pictures. That's what I wanted
And it woke
to see.
her up.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
But the dog didn't bark or wake her up when Jack and Lily were
See, that makes no sense.
leaving the yard. Or if someone took them, they didn't, the dog wasn't barking. But then you got to remember this.
Just
YouTube is
doesn't
wonky
make
tonight.
any
Everything's
sense.
wonky. I don't know if it's the weather or what it is right now, but it's just crazy. Hey, baby kisses. But think about this. Do you guys remember Daniel saying someone might have told the dog to shh, or Jack and Lily to shh,
Well, I thought Janie
be
said
quiet as they were walking out, or someone was coming to get them? JJ had a rent a truck.
that. Hang on. I want to see those pictures again. Let's see. Go get those pictures. Okay. Oh, here we go. Let's start watching these. Let's watch these pictures real quick. I mean, look at this mess.
This is where
Oops, sorry.
Janie said she was
Just wild.
going to make her pool for the kids, even though she said she wasn't making a pool for the kids. I wonder what Janie will do when Daniel goes to jail.
It's
And
just
honest to God, I don't know how in the hell, like, she stays warm in that place in Nova Scotia winter. Like, I don't understand.
It has a wood burning stove in it.
Like, she's got to keep that thing pumping, that stove.
I bet that is just disgusting on the inside. How much
Janie
y'all
said
want
she
to
blamed
bet?
herself. Why is that? I don't know.
Very disgusting. I got a question.
I think she did pug air. I really do think she.
I have a big question. Why would she move out of the house into this piece of shit and let Daniel move Malaya and the kids into that other piece of shit? What's going on over there? And why would mom displace herself from her home for Daniel? I don't understand.
Did. I think she absolutely is talking now. This is their back bedroom, right? They've got this wire hanging out. You don't think that they can hear outside in those thin ass walls?
Mm-hmm.
I live in a brick home and I can hear outside. Right? I know that they can hear outside.
Now, I don't really hear outside.
They can absolutely hear outside.
But our neighbor's not right up on us either.
Those walls are paper thin. Absolutely.
Wow.
1000%. 1000%. And the thing we were talking about, the front door, when Daniel said he had a wrench or something on it.
Oh, that made no sense either.
Was he holding them
Was he
captive
trapping
that
them
night?
in the house
Or was that
with
something
that?
common that he would do?
No. Look.
Is that why the wrench?
Was he trapping them in the house with the wrench up there like that? What is going on? He tries to say it was for a bear. Well, let me ask you something. Why were there no bear tracks found around that house? Tell me that, okay? Because if they think, well, the children got out, did the bear get them? I mean, come on, y'all. That makes no sense at all. The whole thing is crazy. Here we go.
Was on there.
I don't get it.
There's that pink blanket. There's the pink blanket.
Right there, it sure is. I just now saw that. That's why I want to go back and see the pictures that he showed, because I wanted to see
It's so
all
obvious.
of them. Yeah.
Look at there. Very early days.
What is
What
that?
were you burning that day, Daniel? RCMP knows.
I think they do know.
I know you think, how the hell does RCMP know all this? They know. Trust me. Look at this right here. Can y'all see this? Can y'all see these steps? It's not even wet right there now. And you can see these mud steps. Janie was out there raking over shit. Look at there.
Ooh, I wish I could blow
I don't know
that
if I can
up.
zoom in.
Yeah. Oh,
Let me
thank you,
zoom in.
Justin.
Yeah,
Thank you
it will.
for zooming in.
Look
Thank
at
you.
these
I'm going
steps.
to remove
You
the
can
dot
see.
so we can see.
You can see all the steps.
Yeah. What were they doing? It
Or,
makes no sense. Oh,
Better Homes and Garbage Magazine.
not now.
And the thing is, it's not like they were broke. Well, I mean, they were broke because they didn't have,
Yeah.
you know,
They
their
just
stuff was going
live
to
like hell.
Daniel's have it, in my
Let's
opinion.
see. I want to see them or blow them up. No, not now.
Oh, there was a photo
Oh, look at that.
that I noticed the other day. It was when they first went missing. You know, there was a shop
Look at
vac
that
out there,
mess.
outside. Look at little Jack and Lily.
Oh, they're so
This
cute.
was Easter.
Look how cute
These are
they
some of the
were.
last pictures of Jack and Lily right here.
Oh.
Is she still a terrible mother? If she from a Stockholm syndrome?
Yes.
I think Malia's always been kind of a lazy person. I think.
Thank you, Justin.
I don't know. We'll just have to know more. But I think. And this is the thing. This is the thing I want to say about that. I don't think Malia is the only person to blame.
Thank you.
Here as well. I think Janie is almost as equal in a sense. Not really, but in a sense. Because she knew exactly what was going on in that house. She saw.
And I'm going to agree with Justin too on this one because Janie knew these children were being abused and she did nothing about it. Janie should have went and said something. But I'll tell you, I think the reason why she didn't say anything is because that would bring CPS right there to her property where she lived, and she might have gotten in trouble too. I think that because it was, they might have decided that that house was not adequate for those children to live in, that just all kinds of things. But, all right, it's almost 2:30 in the morning. I have got to go to bed. I got to get up and get busy tomorrow. But anyway, I wanted to just kind of come over here and catch up on some of Justin's live and catch up on what's been going on in this case because I've missed a lot. And I got in on the end of his live this evening. If I wanted to come catch up, maybe just talk about it for a little bit. This case is so very disturbing, like all of them are. And I pray every day they find these children because I just don't understand. Do I think it's going to be a good outcome? No, absolutely not. It's too long, and I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Thank you for stopping by. Be sure to hit that thumbs up if you go in or out. If you watch it on replay, whatever, it's fine. I didn't even post that I was going to come live. I just jumped on and I thought I'm going to rewatch it. I'm going to do replay. I'm going to be the replay crew, but why not make a live out of it and talk about it, So I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. I think that Sprinkled and I are going to come back and do something else later today. I don't know what it is. We want to do something completely different, something random, something new, and something different. So anyway, you all have a good evening. Go to sleep. Have a good night. Be careful out there. Take care of yourself. Go hug your babies. Time is short. It's even shorter with them. See you later.